Hello, my name is Dan. This is Cthulhu, and first and foremost, this video is just on how to use the ARP. I got to make another video to do all this stuff about the chords and whatnot because it's a lot. All right. First things first, the transpose. If you get a funny number, Control left click brings it to 0. Pretty much goes for any of the parameters here. Just kind of handy to know. So this transpose, each number is representative of a half step. So if you play a note and you change it, just changes all the MIDI input to whatever half step you want. All right, so you got a note panel here. Actually, I think the instructions call it pages. And there's a green line down here, and that way you can tell the arpeggiator how many bars or just notes you want it to play through and before it repeats itself. And speaking of this line down here, you click the link links button here and then move the green button. All the other windows will also be the same length. Just another little thing there. For now, we'll unlink it because I want to show you what you can do with some of the other pages, and that way, because some of them are going to maybe so simple that they don't need to run 2 or 3 bars or whatever. So for the beginners, if you look at the picture here in the bar. It looks like you can see MIDI notes going from low to high. Well, that's what they do. And then, so the next row up, they go from high to low. And it sounds like this if I play one note. Which means I need to play multiple notes. All right, so you could tell how the progression of the notes changed when the count came over to the second bar. The next one up, it goes up and then down. Or up, it goes low to high to low, and this goes high to low to high. So, and then also another important thing to note is the retrigger. So whenever you play a new note, it begins the cycle over again at the beginning over here. And just so you know, so whenever you can choose that, if you more than likely got multiple notes in your song, that way your cycle starts over if you want, so everything's consistent in that way. So, all right, then up here looks like kind of the same thing is what it looks like, except for the only difference here is that the first and the lowest notes and the highest notes are played twice. Then it begins the progression one at a time, and then it plays the bottom and highest notes twice. And then above that is this funny guy, and it goes from low. This one goes from low to high. This one obviously high to low, but each time it does so, if you have more than 2 notes selected, 3 or more, it'll go from the second highest and then down low, and then to the highest one and then down low. Or if you got more notes, it'll progressively go to the higher note each time. So I'll play the 4 notes here in the piano roll. Maybe I should keep these because it needs 2 bars to cycle through all the notes. So you could hear it adjusting higher and higher each time. If I played a fifth note, do this. So, like so. All right. Now down here, you're writing in your arpeggiator manually this way, and each one of these bars is an octave. For some reason, they programmed it this way, so it's the way it works. And let's see if I can do something kind of creative. And these only play one note at a time. They don't play chords. So that's how that is. All right, so maybe put this back up to regular. And the random select, pretty similar to what you might expect in that it just changes what notes it goes to as it chooses a new note. But it still corresponds to the direction that it should be going, but it just may not go to the predictable note. So it's a little more creative and it doesn't sound so robotic. And then, actually, I'm going to read real quick. There was a random part in the instructions for the. Bear with me real quick. Yeah, don't apologize. Actually, we'll just. I wanted to read the reverse part of it, but because it. Anyway, I guess I'm not going to be able to find it in time. Anyway, it does basically the same thing. It's the values are down here. There might be some kind of technical difference, but you know, it's in the manual if you want to find it out. And then here it's octaves, pretty similar to what you put, you know, happens down here, but they just gave you the option to do it here as well. But in this way, your arpeggiator behaves as you dictate for it to do so over on this page. So this is +1 octave, this is -1 octave, and 2, and then 2, 3, 3, whoops, you have to kind of get close to the line, 4, and then 4. Okay, see what that does. Okay, so it's counting up while it's also, I have it going up an octave and also down an octave. So that's why the notes are really high. Actually, to simplify this, we can just say that, and then it should behave like expected. And it's so low that it can't play it. So, and then Control, left click, zeroes it all out real quick like. All right, so then there's pitch as well. And so per note, you can change the pitch. And let's say, for example, you want to do just perfect fifths. Actually, what's real cool to show you is, remember I talked about the link lengths, since it's unchecked. And let's just say that you want to, I think this is adding, if I remember right. Hold that thought. No, it's not. If I push the chord button down here, then it will play it in conjunction with the note that you're actually playing. But if you uncheck the chord button, then it just plays the single note at whatever half steps above you select. But it sounds cool, and you can select just, let's say, I think that's a perfect fifth. 1, 2, I'm having a hard time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. And then that way you have a less of a workable harmonic effect with whatever notes are being played. But they wouldn't be they wouldn't always be within the key, of course. So, and if I brought that up here and did this, so it's changing, as you can hear. But it seems to be playing the same note. Yeah, it is. All right, so maybe a major minor third to make it a triad, but it's going to go between the two. I'm getting some noise. Weird. All right, so anyway, so, and then the chord off. But it is changing what the notes are actually doing. It's just singular. So, control. All right, and then there's the velocity scale, and that's pretty self-explanatory. Make it loud, make it quiet, make it loud, make it quiet. Let's see. So, and then the gate, the global control down here adjusts across the board the gate, how fast or slow it closes. Actually, let's get this. So that does that, or you can go in here individually, and as it hits whatever beat it's on, you can then be telling it, you know, every other beat, let's make it short. I don't know. And then you got over here, it says late. It's basically swing. And here's a swing knob, so you can globally adjust the swing. I wish FL would. I have to keep clicking off of it with these third-party plugins. Anyway, so all right, so that's basically what the global control does, or you can make it per note. And let's just do this again. Let's say I just want two differences to happen: regular, and then I want it delayed. And then that way you got kind of a simple swing here. Maybe you want progressive swing, so you start kind of low and then you end up like that. So it kind of feels a little bit off, because every additional subsequent note is actually put off even further. But it's power of creativity, right? And then the harmony, I'm going to zero this out. Harmony does it adds the notes, and I'm pretty sure you don't have to have the chord button selected for this, I believe. So that's one note. Yeah. So actually, let's we can do. Let's see. We'll do a minor third, and then a perfect fifth, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's minor third is 3 half steps right, and then it's a major third for a major chord, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then actually the gate's kind of screwing things up still. So let's get that so it's not distracting. And then we can shorten this up. And then meanwhile here we got 4 bars of compression happening because maybe we want you know, changes to happen within or 2 bars. And of course there's with 2 different notes being well, it's the same note being played but with a different note on the second set of notes on the 3rd and 4th note. So yeah, you know, we can you know, make it long, you know, whatever. Add some cool stuff. Anyway, it's really neat stuff, and if I push the chord button, then I should be able to play these notes. So, because if I don't have the chord button engaged, then it's just one note, even if I try to play 5 notes at once. Excuse me, that doesn't appear to be the case. I was wrong. Okay, I was right. Yeah, it's just picking one of those notes. But if I go and I vary the notes, it's playing 2 notes. But however it's picking whatever note in the piano roll it is kind of beyond me. I don't know how it does that, because digitally it should be all the same timing, but whatever, I don't know. Or, okay, so what the cool thing is, select the chord, it plays the chord, and I guess it adjusts an additional note, which is why I'm having audio dropouts, because there's so many voices being played. But I actually have a new computer on the way too, our motherboard and CPU. The CPU is here already, but motherboard's yet to arrive. All right, so anyway, really cool harmonic stuff you can do. And I think I might as well mention this. There's the pitch, and the pitch where you change the pitch, and these are semitones. I believe I went over that already. When you play the chords, if these numbers down here being enabled allows the additional notes in the chord to also be transposed. And there's something about Cthulhu is able to decipher which note in the chord is the tonic, so that it knows which notes not to harmonize with another note in the pitch, and which ones to actually do it based on how many of these you have selected. And basically instructions say all 7, makes it to where all the melodic intervals are also transposed, and then if you just have the one, then it's just the tonic or the fundamental. And of course this is kind of messing with that. I don't. See, I don't think. Oh, I left some harmony. That's what was happening. I was trying to keep this organized. So I got the pitch without any harmonic notes. Okay, so the pitch, and it's not doing anything. I might be wrong about this. Okay, so even if you play a singular note, basically these numbers limit which notes somehow are able to be transposed and then which ones aren't. So Anyways, the next video we'll go into all this down here and what you can do with it in conjunction with the arpeggiator and what these are for and the other options you have down here. So thanks for watching. Appreciate your guys' time. Please like and subscribe. Lets me know that maybe I'm not half bad at this. So appreciate your time. Have a good day.